everyone, Legendary Bacon here, bringing you a video sponsored by Playfield. Playfield is a community and marketplace site that has a lot of excellent games with a lot of great deals. For example, they have Door Kickers right now, 85% off. Really good buy for this game. It's an excellent top-down strategy game. It's very reminiscent of the original Rainbow Six classic games. I highly recommend giving it a try, and at this price you can't go wrong. They also have the award-winning XCOM 2, which is a brilliant strategy game that I highly recommend. But let's get a little bit more into the site, and let's go down to some of the streams. Let's take a look at the indie game stream. I'm a big fan of indie games, and there's a lot of great indie games right now on Playfield, like Kingdom. Kingdom is a great side-scrolling game that allows you to manage resources in a very strategic manner. You're basically the leader of a kingdom, and you get to choose what to build and how to protect the kingdom from the constant invading enemies. It's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. Purchasing games on the site is really easy. You just click the Buy Now button, fill out your purchasing information, and within seconds you can get the Steam code, and you just copy the Steam key and put it right into Steam. It's super easy. It takes seconds to buy a game, and I highly recommend trying out Playfield. But we're going to do a video right now on Concrete Jungle and take a look at the gameplay in Concrete Jungle.
Did you hear the news? Caribou City has a new mayor, some guy called Selfridge. Can't wait to meet him. But welcome to Grapefruit District. As you can see, there's not much going on here, so it's a perfect site for redevelopment. You've been doing really well, so I think I'm going to give you a bit more control today. Up until now, you've been using a preset selection of cards. I'm going to change that by teaching you the basics of deck building. You always start the game with 12 cards. These are basic entry-level cards, and most of the ones you've been using so far fall into this category. You can tell a card's level by the colored triangle in the top right. This gray-pink color represents a basic level card. Remember, you can always right-click on a card at any time to find more details about it, including its level. There are some other numbers here too. Let's start with the one in orange. This number is the card's expenditure cost. When you play this card, the number here gets added to this bar in the top right. When this bar fills up due to accumulating expenditure from your buildings, your column target will increase by 1. So that makes everything harder, since then you need to reach that higher target for your future columns. In other words, high expenditure costs are something you want to avoid, as it will make your column target increase faster. But seeing as almost every building has an associated expenditure cost, it's inevitable your target will increase eventually. This other number in yellow here is a bit more positive. This is the card's economy point contribution. In a similar fashion, this number gets added to the yellow bar in the top right. I'll show you what happens when the economy bar fills. Let's place some buildings that are good for our economy.
Alright, so we'll start by placing a restaurant. You can see the red highlighted areas are areas that are going to get a -1 value associated to them, and the blue are going to get a +1. So by placing the restaurant at the very edge here, you're only getting the positive results. So all of these areas now get a +1. So when you place a house here, that will add to your left side score accumulation. So now our two active cards are between the brewery and the factory. So I'm going to go ahead and place the brewery to add to our value. And I'm going to place it up here where it's not going to impact my score too much. And let's follow up by building a shop to boost some points here. You need to get 3 points in each row in order to complete that row. So this will get us up to 1 point. And if we place a green zone, we can raise the adjacent point by 1. So now we have 2 in this area. And then we can place a house. We'll place it in the second one to start accumulating points there. And let's put down a school. So all 4 of the adjacent spots go up +1. And now, if we put this park square down, it's going to boost this housing unit and that one by 1, giving us 3 in both of these sections. So once these sections are complete, they close off and it accumulates your points to the point that you're at. Okay, let's continue on and let's place a few more houses and complete that row. And then on to the next row, we'll do the same trick with our restaurant.
You now have
that
a
one.
purchase. You get one every time the yellow bar fills to its maximum. We can
Right.
spend this on a new card to add to our deck. Look, a new button. This button opens the card shop, and that's exactly what it sounds like.
Alright, so let's go to the card shop now and let's purchase a theater, which is going to give us a nice boost. The commercial buildings are great for giving you point boosts.
Good choice. That should keep you going for a little while.
Alright, now we need to get a house down here so we can start collecting points. And we'll use the shop to boost the points there. And let's throw down a brewery to increase our value. And a factory, we'll try and put it where it's not going to have too many negatives. Usually against the side is good. Oh. There we go. And now we got our theater. So our theater is going to do really well here. It's going to give us a lot of point boosts. And if we place a house here, that will finish off those 2 rows. But I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. There we go. Alright, now let's finish off these 2 rows and move forward. There we go. And let's place down our school and boost these areas. Actually, no, we'll boost here. There we go. And we'll throw down a shop here. And let's start collecting points with our house. Try and put down a park square where it's going to get the most points. And finish that row, and then we'll finish this row. Alright. So far, so good. Okay, that restaurant will give it a negative point, so let's put the restaurant here. And we'll put a shop right here. And now we can finish this row. There we go. Alright, and let's start accumulating some extra points here to finish off this row. The school would do well here. So we can start setting up the tracks further down. Let's put this restaurant here. Alright, so now let's start collecting points and finishing these rows here. There we go. So you just need to get to this trophy spot here, and anything else after is just extra points. So what you want to do is hold off on completing these rows at the front to get as many points as possible before completing the mission. Probably the best we can do. Alright, and there we go. We've
Another
completed the
area
mission.
complete.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.